Yay. All right, you guys, I am Stephanie Dunn, and this is my husband, Joel Dunn, and we are excited for our training tonight. We are going to have a special guest, Ambassador Diamond, Amber Parker, on. Not only is she an ambassador built in the field, you guys, she's also a field liaison. I'll let her explain a little bit.
Liaison?
Like, how do you say that? Liaison.
Liaison.
Anyway, I will let her explain a
Words.
little bit of what she does, but she does all of the things. And what I'm gonna pull out of her tonight is, let me see if let me find her. Amber, can you unmute yourself?
I can.
Okay.
Hello, you guys.
Woohoo!
So I'm excited because I want you to be real. So what I noticed on the VIP page, I just pop in and out, guys. I'm not like spending time in pages, but Amber went live and it caught my attention. So I'm like, okay, if Amber's talking, she's usually saying something important. Her and Josh are usually like to the point, like no, not always, it's like no fluff. Like I want to hear from her. And so it caught my attention because she had said, and I thought, oh my gosh, she's going to break down and cry or something, because she was just real. And, you know, with her enrollments and stuff, and sometimes we feel this way. And so I don't want to be the one to speak on Amber, but I shared a little bit of your post. And it got people's attention. And that's what I want. I want you to be real, talk about what happened, what clicked for you, and how you implemented and what you're doing, because I think it's so important for people to hear this. And I'm just super excited for everybody to hear this.
Well, I'm excited. You know, I'm not one of many words, but when I feel led to share something, I'm going to share it. Mm-hmm. And first of all, thank you guys for having me on. I truly, you guys, I've been in this business. Next month will be, I almost said 15 years. It's the 15th, but 9 years I've been in this business, and I have seen it all. I've been through hell and back. I've seen the highest of highs. I've seen the lowest of lows. I've moved. I've had babies. I've witnessed deaths. I've done it all. But one thing that I don't think I was prepared for is how to grow my business in a way that works for me. Because if you know me, my marriage will always come first, my kids, and then my business. Mm-hmm. And how many of you, drop a 1 in the chat if you feel like your business is always first of the day? Your marriage is lacking. Maybe you're feeling like mom guilt, which is a real thing. And we want to remove those. We want to remove that feeling of like, man, I'm never going to make it. Or, you know, I'm a little bit red, but money doesn't drive me. And so, but it does. And so it was like, I want money, but it's okay if it would just like fall into my lap. And like, I just don't want the stress of not at the cost of my marriage or my kids or me being mom or me being friend. And I think that's really the foundation of what this company has given us, is that the business fits into our life. And what I was finding over the last 2 years is that people were doing host to post and it stressed me out. Drop a 2 if host to post stresses you out. Drop a 1 if you're like, I love host to post, it's my jam. It's like, I just can do it in my sleep. Okay. If I'm going to be dead honest with you, most of the time I would do host to post. I would put up a post on my wall, you know, I'm giving away whatever X of $2. Like, people don't even care what it is. And 400 people plus would comment it every single time. And I would immediately change the privacy settings to only me and like delete the post. It stressed me out so bad that I felt like if I have to respond to 400 people, I'm never going to get anything else done. And going to Winner's Circle and being able to talk to so many other people that were producing, and I always kept telling myself, I don't want to be a mass enroller. I'm not a mass enroller. I'm not a mass enroller. My hell, yes, I want to be a mass enroller. Like, let's just face the facts, okay? Like, you do. And I want to be a mass enroller, not at the cost of being a wife or a mom. And I know that I can have it all. And so why was I picking the one thing of being a mass enroller, a mass recruiter? Because I was like, it's gonna cost me being a mom. It's gonna cost me being a wife. It's gonna cost me my mental health. And that's simply not true. And so once I started talking to people about how they were doing host to post, it made it so simple for me. And I knew the first thing that I was told about host to post and just recruiting was that I've been maxed out at 5,000 friends for 5 years. Okay. Now I went Ambassador Diamond in 2.5. Immediately right after, I went double diamond on 2.0 very quickly. And that was 5 years ago. How many of you have been stuck at a rank for 5 days, 5 months, 5 years? It's time to move past that. And that was a realization that I knew I wanted. I want Triple Diamond 2.0. I want Ambassador 2.0. I want Black Diamond. But that also means that I want to learn something new. And I was getting frustrated with, why can't the things that I'm comfortable with produce the same results today as they did in 2012, 2013? We don't live in the same time as we did back then. Things are, I have an iPhone now. I had a flip phone back then. I had a regular camera with an SD card back then. Like, times have changed. And so we have to learn how to change our business. And talking with people, they're like, no, I spend like an hour, maybe. Like, it's Host to Post is so simple. And I'm looking at them like, I ask my team to sign into my Facebook to handle the likes and comments on Host to Post. And I would let my team take my customers and distributors. It stressed me out so bad. Now, I know that might shock some of you because there's not a lot of things that do, but I wanted the results of being able to be present, being able to have fun, and producing the results without the cost of my marriage and me and my family. And so I have been searching and searching and searching for a simple system that duplicates. Anybody can answer 400 Host to Post if they don't work a full-time job, if they don't have kids, right? That extra 0.000001% of the world, right? And I just didn't fit into that. And I know majority of you don't either. And so I was always a steps to success enroller. That's how I went ambassador in 2.5 years. Times have changed. And I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want those $100 bonuses every single week. But I justified it in saying, it's okay, like, I'll just give them to my team. I'll just let them do it. Why can't I do both? Why do we have to pick and choose in this business and think I have to work my business 24/7 in order to get the income that I want? And I have to neglect my personal health, my mental health, my emotions, my marriage, my kids, because I want this. I believe you can have it all. I know there's a lot of people that say you can't have balance. I think you can have an uneven balance in all areas of your life, and some might be a little bit more messy, but I believe that you can have balance. So that's what I was searching for. And on the 13th of this month, I finally was like, okay, how many times we jump on Zooms and we get this tip and that trick and this tip, and then we think, I want to do all the tricks, and then you don't do any of them. It's the same thing in this business. It's like, I want to do TikTok and Reels, and I want to do my posts, and I want to do my stories, and I want to do Facebook Lives, and then you forgot to do laundry and dishes and everything else. And so find something that's working for you, and just because it's working for somebody else doesn't mean that it's going to work for you right now. Okay. And that was me. I was like, well, I don't like TikTok. I don't want to do Reels. Like, Facebook and Instagram is still working for me, meaning it's producing the results that I wanted, or what I thought I wanted, the steps to success. That was always normal. And last month, I was really wrestling, and I struggled a lot last month. And it was the first month in 9 years that I didn't enroll at least one distributor. I did not sign up one. And I was like, okay, God, 9 years in this business, and I've always signed up at least one distributor every single month. Like, and those are rare too. I was always 3+ every single month. My steps to success. Like, I know how to build this business. And so I felt like that was him saying, start fresh. And so, but I don't want to have another month. I'm done. I'm starting fresh. I'm ready for the next 9 years. Okay. Like, don't sit here and think, okay, yeah, it's just a slow month. It's not too late. I know we think that we're coming up on the end of the month. The 31st is my birthday. So if anyone wants to promote on my birthday, that would be a really nice gift for me. And I'm sure Joel and Stephanie too. So go ahead and do that. Gifts are my love language. That would be a great gift. And so I wanted to help people promote. I wanted to watch my team see that I could do what they were doing. My team was enrolling more than I was. I don't know. That is not acceptable in my eyes. Okay. And if they are, then I'm doing something wrong that's not working. Okay. So at the beginning of this month, I was like, all right, what am I going to do? Last month, I started journaling 15 minutes every single morning, waking up an hour earlier. That was one shift that I made. I made that a habit. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you have to wake up at 5 a.m. club. That is not the club for me. It's just not right now. I don't have to, and I don't want to. It's just not for me, but 7:15 sounds really great for me. So I started waking up at just 7:15 in the morning, doing a 15-minute journaling Zoom, reading for 10 minutes, and then jumping right into work. And I loved that. It has changed everything for me. So the end of this month, it'll be 2 months that I've been doing that. Just changing one small thing will change the whole trajectory of the day. Okay. So on the 13th of this month, and I'm not green, but I love green qualities. So I'm learning to be a green. And I wanted to, anything that I do, I want measurable. It's got to be trackable. I have to know that it's working or not working. So I have it all in my notes, all my loyal customers, and I have been hanging out and increasing my circle and realizing that I can have it all. And so if you want it all, drop a 3 in the chat. Go ahead and drop a 3. I want a rockin' business. I want consistent growth the entire year. Okay. I want to have a good night's sleep. I don't want to go to bed at 1 a.m. in the morning anymore. I want to be in bed by 10:30. Okay. I want to wake up refreshed. I want a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night. 98% of the month. That's my goal. Okay. I also wanted to spend less time, be more obedient with my time. And that meant for my business too, because we waste a lot of time on our phones and we think we're working and you're not working. Okay. Don't lie to yourself. Just check your screen time and it'll show you. Okay. So one of the first things that talking with Amanda Busher, Christy Christensen, Ashley Renow, just so many different leaders that are like, no, my life's great. My business is so great. And I'm like, what the freaking hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, tell me, talk to me. Like, I need this. And secretly I was like, I want to be a student again. I want to be a distributor again. I want to know what you're doing. And Amanda has talked to me for a year about the miracle morning, and she is the 5 a.m. club. That's just not for me right now. I'm not saying that I'll never be there, but it's just not for me. Okay. So she said, Amber, just try and wake up an hour earlier. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And then she said, write out how many customers you want. If you don't prepare, you won't be prepared. So I said, well, I want 30 customers. And my heart sank. The last time I enrolled 30 customers in 1 month was when I helped 5 double diamonds go in 1 month. Okay. Like a year ago. I've always been 6 customers. And I wanted a simple system. I wanted something that was going to work. And so I'm going to teach you guys what I've been doing since the 13th. I am on my 26th customer for the month since the 13th. The 13th, you guys. 26 customers. So this isn't even a full month. And what shifted? How did I do this? Number 1, I wrote down numbers. I wrote down all of 1 through 30. I'm already prepared for August. This is my new minimum. Okay. This is my new minimum.
That's just in your notes section, isn't it, Amber?
Yep. Just in my notes on my phone. And you guys, here's the deal. I'm a paper and pencil kind of girl, but it was also hindering me because I didn't always have my paper and pencil with me. And so then I wouldn't check my inbox if I was in my car because I was like, oh, I don't have my papers. And then I can't keep track of anything. And it gets messy. So again, I'm like, okay, let me remove the distractions. I always have my phone. I went triple diamond on my phone without a computer. I never had a computer until I went triple diamond. And so I was like, if I want to go triple diamond again, what's the best tool for my business? My phone. It's with me. It can sync to my laptop. Okay. So I wrote my loyal customers in and wrote 1 through 30. If your goal is 10, write 1 through 10. If your goal is 20, same. Okay. Mine was 30 and it made me sick. And then the devil had a heyday and it just started saying, you know, what if you don't? What if you don't? And then I started having deja vu of thinking that I was completing. I'm signing up 31 customers this month. Mark my word, it will be done. It's already done. And teaching exactly what I have done since the 13th. How many, this is it. You guys, your thoughts matter. And so I started waking up early, journaling in the morning, literally saying and declaring what I wanted and what was coming into my space. Now, I know that sounds so silly and maybe people can be like, oh yeah, cool story. I want $1 million. It'd be great if it fell into my lap, but your work ethic has to back that up. Your obedience has to back that up. You cannot sit here and scroll on social media and expect 30 customers to just fall into your lap. Okay. So write down your goals 1 through whatever that number is for you as far as your customer's goal. And then same thing for distributors. Remember last month I didn't sign up 1 distributor? I was pissed. That is not like me. I was like, this is a humbling moment. I train, I mentor, and I'm not doing the damn thing. What's wrong? What's happening? And so I needed that refresh. Okay. So same exact thing. How did I complete my steps to success? Well, every single month I had that steps to success in front of me. I knew what I needed. So what do you need and what do you want? Drop that in the chat. Your goal for the rest of this month. Make it reasonable, you guys. Don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up to win. Stretch yourself a little bit more than what you're used to as far as customers and distributors go. 30 was a big goal for me. Okay. August, I want to master one thing at a time. So last month I mastered my journaling and waking up early. Okay. Now that might take you a week to get used to that. It might take you a month, but don't let yourself think that you've fallen or failed because it's not happening as quick as you'd like. Okay. So waking up early, I mastered that. Journaling, manifesting, journaling, giving gratitude, you guys. Gratitude goes a long way. It's the key to the abundance of life. You have to give gratitude in the simplest things. And so after I talked to all these people about what they're doing for host to post, they use boards or word board. Have a cue. Word board is my assistant. It makes my life easy. I can literally just press buttons and I don't have to think about what I'm typing, what I'm saying. And so I cleared off any word board that doesn't work for host to post. I wrote down 1 through 30. And then the key and the biggest difference that shifted since the 13th was on the 12th. I started this at night. Okay. And there's 2 parts of this that I loved. I love working at night because that's just when I'm happier at night. I'm not the best morning person. I want to enjoy my cup of coffee. Okay. And I want to enjoy my night. But what I was finding is I was sitting in bed trying to work when I want and deserve to be with my husband. I want and deserve to be with my kids. Mm-hmm. I've worked hard for that. You guys have worked hard for that. We deserve that. We can have that if we're obedient with our work time. And so at night, I send 30 host to post messages out. 30. That's it. Some days it's 32, some days it's 30. And I will share with Steph just a couple of the messages and then she can pass it on to you guys of what that looks like. But it's just a green light message. It may be if I have a post up on my wall, it may be, and if I have 30 comments, it may be those 30. But what I'm doing, and this is just what works for me, you guys are going to find out what works for you. So I send out 30 messages at night. It takes me 12 to 17 minutes. I've timed it. Remember how I'm like learning to be green? Okay. Like I want everything trackable, markable, like everything I need to see that it's going to work or I'll lose my mind. Okay. 12 to 17 minutes at night, send 30 messages out using Wordboard and I'm clocked out for the day. I no longer get to go into my inbox. I no longer get to look at my phone. And if I do it at 8:30, then I'm done. If I do it at 10:30, I'm done. Okay. I get to be obedient with that time. What happens, then I pray for my host to post. Okay. If you're not the praying kind, write down a gratitude post. Write down, just say, I'm thankful that my host to posts are blowing up. Okay. I'll accept that. That's fine. That'll work. All right. So then I pray for my host to post and I pray for my inbox. And I just say, Lord, thank you for blessing me with so many people that are ready and able to host a post for me or are interested in the products. You guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. I do not speak the most eloquent words. I stutter. I'm not this like blog writer. So don't think that your prayers and your gratitude have to look that way either. A thank you goes a long way. So I pray for it. I go to bed. And what happens in the morning is crazy. I wake up in the morning. I journal. I was so fired up. I was like, I sent out on the 12th, 37 host to post messages. And I was so stoked to wake up in the morning. I was like, 52 people are going to respond to my host to post messages. Like, I just know it. I sent out 37. I'm going to get 52. That was my mind. I was just like, so ready for it. And guess what happened on the 13th of the 13th that morning? 0. Nobody responded to me. And I was like, See, this is why I don't do this stuff. See, I get to be right about it not working. And I was mad. And I was like, what do you mean? Like 52 people didn't respond to me? I'm gonna hang out. I'm just gonna wait. And so then I reached out to a friend. I phoned a friend and I was like, tell me what's up. Tell me what I gotta do. She was like, send out another 30. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. You teach me, I will do it. I may not like it. It might be uncomfortable, but I want you guys to do it. And so I sent out another 30 messages, another 12 minutes of my time. Cool, right? Now let me run some statistics by you, okay? So then the other part that I did is I wrote host a post and I wrote the date, and then I just wrote 1 through 10 because 10 is my goal. Okay. So I wrote down 1 through 10. I got 9 host a post up that day. Okay. On the 13th. So I started on the 12th, on the 13th, but I had to send 60 messages to get up 9. Okay. Now, did I beat myself up because I didn't make my 10? No. Why would I? Because then tomorrow I'm going to be excited to beat myself up again? No. Okay. I don't care if your goal is 5 host a post or 3 host a post a day. The point is being consistent, and consistency pays. And I want to show you guys, I'm going to keep going with this tracker. All right. The 14th. So that night on the 13th, I sent another 30 messages out. The 14th, I got 9 host a post up before 10 a.m. Okay. So now I'm at 90 messages sent. And I have 19 and 19, 18 host a posts up. I don't do math, guys. Okay. Then I did the same. I repeated. My only goal since the 13th was to send 30 messages at night. That was my only goal. I would like to get 10 host a posts up, but I could send 50, 100 messages and not get 10 up. I don't have complete control over that, but I have a vehicle that can get me there. I just have to keep doing it. Okay. So the 15th, I got 8. Then guess what started happening? Oh my gosh, I'm going to go the rest of the month and I'm not going to have a day where I put 10 host a post up. What if that happens? And guess what happened? 8 host a posts up that day. My mind started messing with me and what my goal was. And I was starting to play small and accept that. Okay. So I got 8 up on the 15th. The 16th, 5 host a post up. I'm doing the same thing. 30 messages at night. If nobody responded in the morning, I take about at lunch-ish, I'll send another 15 to 20 messages. But I've only had to do that twice. Okay. Out of these host a posts, since the 15th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, one got 88 comments, 36 comments, and 67. That was enough for me to be freaking geeked that's the amount of conversations I'm having about the products. When was the last time you had, I don't do the math, remember, 80, 30, and 60 host a posts, do the math, that you were talking to that amount of people in 5 days about the products? Most of us don't even do that in a year, let's be honest. You do not even talk to that many people about the products in a year, 6 months, a month, but we want the results. We want to sign up 30 customers in a year. And you're going to take 90 messages to talk to people, and it'll take you a year. So if I want faster results, then I just need to do faster results. I need to produce faster results. Okay. So 17th, I signed up, or I did 3 host a post. 18th, it was 3. 19th, it was 3. I had another one blow up. It has over 100, and I think last time I checked, it was 60 something comments on it. Okay. So I've only had 4 really host a post blow up out of all of these. Okay. 21st, I got 2, then 3, and then I went to a retreat and I lost track. And I also got blocked on Facebook because I was messaging too many people about the gummies. But so out of this, since the 13th, you guys, let's say it's been, I don't know how many days, 2 weeks, right? 26 customers. I didn't even reach my 10 host a post goal. I didn't even get up 10 every single day. But what I controlled was my outcome, my output. What can I do? So many of us run this business waiting for the input. What's going to come to me? We can't control that, but we can direct it based on our output. And so since doing this, I have also expanded my market, which if you're doing host a post, and then I've signed up 2 distributors. One of those distributors came from my host a post on the 14th. And she has her 6 customers because I'm teaching her to do the same. It's insane, you guys. Insane when you just make that consistent effort every single night. Make that your goal. I'm just going to control. If you can't do 30, if 30 stresses you out, start with 15, but don't stay there long, right? Start with 20, but don't stay there long. Next month, it will be 40 for me. I want to increase my capacity to increase my results. And so it's interesting to me to look at this and think, what have I been doing, first of all? And I'm spending less time on my phone because I'm intentional. And I wake up in the morning, people say yes, I respond to them all at once versus back and forth all day long. And then at noon, I check my phone and I respond to those ones. And then around 3 or 4, I'll check it again and work again. And then at night, of course, my normal nighttime routine. So, what if that was the only thing that you were just consistent with? Instead of pretending that you're working, I'm just going to call it like it is. You pretend like you're working by being on your phone and you're like, I'm working so hard. No, you're not. You're scrolling so hard. You're consuming, okay? And you're comparing. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was like, okay, well, I want to learn from her, so I'm going to go follow her. But deep down, I was comparing and it wasn't bringing me joy. And so making that simple shift has completely changed not only my business, but I've had mass enrollers on my team. And this month, I have outbeat them, and I am so dang fired up about it. I'm excited about my business again. I am more excited about what I'm doing now than I ever have been. And I know it had to happen that way. I didn't understand it last month, of course, right? When we're in the valley, we don't understand why it's happening. But when you start making that climb to the mountaintop, you're going to realize there's more to this than just being on social media. And does that mean that I wasn't working from 6:30 a.m. till 8? No, I was. Is journaling working? Yes. Is reading a book working? Yes. Right? Is spending time on my health working? Yes, absolutely. And we deserve to have it all. And I know that I can. And so it's been amazing and awesome. And I don't know what questions you guys have, but it's really freaking fun. I'm just so excited.
I do have questions. I'm seeing them popping them up,
Okay.
but it's funny because Joel posted about consistency today. It's kind of funny that you were talking about being consistent. And when she's giving you those numbers, at first, if you're new, it might take you longer than 17 minutes, and that's okay. You'll get better and faster and quicker. You'll tweak your messages and you'll get that. Amber, this is always the question. What host to post are you doing? Because I think people think, is there a certain post that blows up?
Is it a magical product? You're only doing one.
It's actually one that probably have. Just kidding.
Yeah. I'm like, so you can share that, but usually you guys, it's pretty much 3-4 products that are going to be rotated in and out. So don't overthink that. I think that's the thing is, where do I share about, where do we even begin? The first thing is getting those messages out. Don't be afraid to even just go and get the posts up and then go, okay, I got people that want to do this. What should I send them? Don't be afraid to ask in team pages, ask your sponsor, ask your uplines, like where can you search for those? And all team pages, you can search host to post. You can search HAP because that's short for host to post. So you'll hear HAP. So those are the things. There's so many videos you can search on YouTube as well. But Amber, what are some, it looks like she's texting. I'll put them up in the chat too. Some of the ones that you have had success with.
So I think too, a lot of times, if you don't have a network, you need to use this as a lead generation. Okay. Expand your market out. Remember how I said I had the same 5,000 friends for 5 years? I was trying to convince those same 5,000 friends for 5 years to buy the same 5 products that we had, right? Or that I'm posting about. And so then I started just deleting people. If I won't do coffee with them, if I'm too scared to message them, then they're gone. Period. And so I started removing things to make room for new. Okay. And then the other thing that I use is, you guys find the product that you have your results with. That's the key to host to post, because when they say, I'll believe it when I see it, or the amount of comments that I've gotten is like, I don't think that this really works. And I'm like, bro, that's my results. That's my coffee pictures in 7 days. Like, it's the best when you can use your results. So what products are you using? Use that host to post, because you're passionate about that product. I'm hardly, well, now I'll post about hair, skin, and nails, but when my hair was short, I'm not going to post about hair, skin, and nails. They're not going to believe me. Like, I literally had my head shaved. Okay, try this product. It works great. No, right? But the skinny coffee, the cleanse, the TFX, and the gummies, those are the 4 that I say move the masses. One thing that I do, I've only done twice through this month, is a host to post ×2, or some people call it host to post infinity, where basically I would ask Sarah to post about my giveaway. And I use her friends to add to my network. I've only done that twice because I'm using and getting enough comments on my host to post to where I don't have to do that, but I want a new network. So if you don't have a lot of friends, try just 2 or 3 days of that alone. Okay. And just expand your market in the beginning of the month or towards the end of the month. So that way next month you have a lot of people coming to you. All right. So those are the host to posts that I'm using. I don't do opportunity because once this is where I'm getting the distributors. Okay. Once they host a post for me, immediately I send, thank you so much for posting for me. What you just did is exactly what I do. Have you ever thought about working from home, having extra income from social media? Can I send you a little bit more information? Most ignore it. Too late. They already have the post up. You think I care if they don't respond? Nope. And that's the other thing is like, I'm a yellow. So I'm like, oh, my heart hurts. Like, what are they going to think about me? And what if they tell me no? Too bad. Move on. Okay. Just toughen up. It's 2021. I'm pretty sure we all got thick skin. We're all right. All right. So then that's where I'm asking. Okay. Some people have said, no, thank you. Some people have said, you know what? I've thought about it. Let me get back to you. Some people have said, I want to see how many comments I get and then I'll decide. Because if there's comments, my gosh, yes, that's their customers. I will gladly sign you up today and those people can be your people for sure. Okay. So asking after, don't be afraid to do that. And if you talk to anyone, Amanda Boucher has enrolled 10 distributors minimum every single month for the last 2 years straight. 10 distributors a month for 2 years straight. And that's exactly what she does. She says, I just ask. It's like the period. I'm just done. A conversation can be over, but I got to ask you this question. Right? So ask. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask. I'm just going to freaking do it. If you're doing it, I'm going to do it. And I started doing it. Guys, out of all of these people, one said yes right away. Okay, so one out of, it's been a handful of days and I haven't done 10 host to posts. I bet I don't even have 50 host to posts up since the 13th, but I've been consistent and that's what's paying me. It's not, you can get 10 every single day, right? But you got to be consistent in your output. So, and asking. And then, so that's the host to post that I'm using, but you guys have to ask. So one thing is, as a new distributor, what I feel like sometimes holds you back is you will make a post about the giveaway and there's 0 comments. And you're like, well, now I don't have anyone to message. Yes, you do. And I'm going to show you guys how I find a little tunnel vision at 9:30 p.m. every single night or whatever time it is that I do this. How do I stay focused and who do I message? That's always the question. How do I find those 30 people? Okay. Well, if you're anything like me, you will scroll through your Facebook friends list and then you're going to judge them. And you're going to say, they're too good. They have a network. They don't jump on Facebook enough. I'm scared of her. She bullied me in high school, but I'm still friends with her on Facebook. She's my grandma's cousin's grouchy aunt that I just don't want to talk to her about. She was already pissed about the product 6 months ago, whatever it is. And then now here you are an hour later and you've still only messaged 2 people. Okay. So I'm going to teach you guys something that will literally, it's like foolproof. You just stick to it and you just go for it. Okay. So how do you find your 30 friends? And I want you guys to do this for just 7 days in a row, if that's cool with Joel and Steph. Okay. That's my challenge to you guys, right? Do this for 7 days. Your main goal, of course, I'm still posting on my wall. Of course, I'm still in my stories, but my new main goal is 30 messages every single night for 7 days in a row. Just do it, right? Just try it. Please just trust me on this. Okay. So I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to go to my friends. It's right here. Okay. I'm going to go to my friends and I'm going to click on all friends and I'm going to click sort. Okay. Sometimes I can't click on my phone backwards. And at the bottom, it'll say your newest friends and your oldest friends. And so I'm going to go to my newest friends or my oldest. It really doesn't matter. Okay. And I don't want to message the people that I just added from a host to post yesterday, but I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to get into like 2 or 3 months ago. And I'm going to look. And if you guys can see closely, you can see that I have 5 friends, 3 friends, 14 friends. Okay. So I'm going to click this one, 14. That's half of my messaging. So I have 14 mutual friends. I'm going to click on Heather. Okay. And I'm going to go scroll down and it says 14 mutual friends. Then I'm going to click on mutual and I literally have all these dots right here. Once I'm done to the bottom, I'm halfway there. Okay. So all I do is I just take this and I just tick. It doesn't give me the opportunity to go to their profile, judge them or judge myself. It doesn't allow me the opportunity to be scared. It doesn't allow, I literally do not look at their profile and I just click those three dots and I click message. Okay. It's going to pop up and you can see July 20th. I already messaged this girl. Okay. The exact host to post message. I've also sent her 6 other messages that she never responded to, and that's okay. But do you understand that it doesn't give me the opportunity? Like I'm literally like, I just 3 dots, send message, 3 dots, send message, host to post, 3 dots, send message, host to post. And it takes, it's just like that. I don't even think about it anymore. Okay. So then I just go to the next one, message, and then send, same thing. And then I go back, 3 dots, and I don't get out of this. I go down the line. Don't look at the profile. That's where you get stuck. Okay. And so once I'm done, and let's say I'm like, oh, all the rest of them are distributors. I'm going to find somebody right in here that has 76 mutual friends. And then I'm just going to scroll down and do the same. Go to my mutual friends, mutual. And then I'm going to message from there.
You guys, she's sending about her giveaway. So if your team's doing a giveaway, which we are doing a giveaway, you can probably just read it off, Amber.
So
and I'm sure it's the same.
Yeah, so it's the same green light message. So, hey, we're doing another $100 giveaway, fill in the blank. This month, do you want me to enter you in? It's free. All you do is put up a post that I give you and I can enter you for supporting me. Do you want in?
Mm-hmm.
Or this one is, hey there, I'm not sure if this interests you or not, but my team and I are giving away $500 cash to help others with bills and groceries. To enter, all I ask is you share a simple status for me that I will send you. Would you like a free entry? And they're going to say yes or no.
You guys have this exact same post. Like, I think that's the thing is we're overthinking sometimes, like, what is she doing? She got, almost 30 customers already.
Magic
and
script.
Just that, but it's focus time. It comes down to numbers, getting it up. Some will, some won't. Some won't say anything. Like you focus on the ones that do, guys.
It's not the script, guys. It's the number of people she's sending the script to. And
if you get 3 host to post up from all of those messages and 3 get you 60 messages, 40 messages, 50 messages about the product, is it worth your time? Absolutely, because it's focused energy time and she's building her network. She's adding to, she's deleting. Now, the cool thing about this that she didn't even share is, you guys, she's still doing her stories in her life, throughout Facebook and Instagram or whatever. But the thing is you can see you don't have to flood your newsfeed with all of this stuff. You can put stuff in stories. And if you're using the product and showing it or sharing before and afters throughout your story, not just always just it works, but just sprinkling it through, those newbies are going to see your story and eventually go, man, I see Amber making her coffee every single morning, or, whatever it is, they start to pique their interest. There's another way that I love to go through my stories and reach out and message people, you guys. Like, they're curious. If they're on your story, they're a little bit more curious, especially towards the end of your story. Like, first slide, they might have accidentally clicked it, but if you go in 3, 4 in, that's another way to reach out and to message. I hope you guys heard this too. And I know she's going to come back on here and say something, but this should have been like, ding, 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 ding. She's asking about the business. That is huge for you guys if you want to enroll distributors. I love that she said, you already basically do what I do. It's exactly that. If they can throw up a post for you, we know that they can do this business because we're going to teach them. They've got the scripts, they've got the wording, they've got everything. So I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, hello, is anybody else like,
anyone else highlighting
ding, ding,
that?
Ding, ding, ding. You hit the jackpot, guys. Like, it's really, you got this.
And what's crazy cool is, so, I was going to show you guys these statistics. Okay. So this post has 60 comments on it. All right. And then what do I do once people comment? This is somebody else. And I'm going to get to that question. I saw that Katrina posted in there. So this has 60 comments on it. Okay. I'm going to like their comment, and then I'm going to message on each comment. And I do it in about a batch of like 4 or 5 people. So if I only have literally 30 seconds, I come here to this host to post. I like 4 or 5 of the comments, and I say, I messaged you. I messaged you with a heart emoji. I sent you a private message. I sent you a DM. You want the comments to be different so Facebook doesn't flag it. And then I go and I add them. Then if they're public, I like their profile, and then I send them the message. So now they have about 4 or 5 notifications of Amber Parker, Amber Parker, Amber Parker, Amber Parker. It's like high five, high five, high five. So they're more than likely going to accept my friend request. And I haven't been blocked on that yet. Thank God, knock on wood. But I know that if you're copying and pasting, you will. That's why you want to use boards or WordBoard. Just make that investment and take the time and do it. It'll save you so much. Okay. So for instance, this girl, this is cool too. Okay. So this girl commented, she's my new customer. And I just commented and I said, hey, thank you so much for commenting about the products. She says, yes, I'm interested. I need to lose 20 pounds. And I said, I'm so excited for you to try it. I assumed the sale. I'm so excited for you to try it. She's ordering. Whether she likes it or not, she's ordering. Okay. She goes, yes, sorry, I just want to, I think I want to try it. And I was like, you will love it. What's your email address and home address? I'm not playing around. Okay. So then she sends it to me. This is within 7:45 to 8:10. Literally 30 minutes, right? Like she's messaged back and forth. And so then she sends me all her information. And then I said, I'll text you in a few, and I text them their login information. So that way they know they have my personal cell phone number and that it's more personal. Okay. Then I try and voice memo. If you can send a voice memo to respond to their question off of the script, stick with the script. If they're asking about price, what's in it, all of that, stick to the scripts. But she says, is it just a month at a time or 3 months at once? And so I sent her a voice memo. I wanted her to see how easy it is. It's super flexible. Don't worry. Like, you can change it. We're going to start with 2 bottles. We can change it to 1. You'll also get discounts on our skincare. So that's why we want it flexible for you. She was like, okay, thank you. And then got her order in, and I just said, thank you so much. Or then I said, thank you. I didn't ask her about the business yet. Okay. And so she had immediately went to my page and started stalking me and commented on my cash giveaway post that was posted a week ago. And I said, thank you so much for commenting on our cash giveaway post. She came from a host to post, and I could proceeded like normal, right? She goes, sure, I'll make a post for you. So I sent her the same post she commented on, because she already is passionate about that product. She's excited about that product. Okay. So she posted it, and I just said, thank you so much, in a voice memo. Okay. In a voice memo. When you can use your voice. Now, this is uncomfortable for me, guys. Like, I want to just press the buttons, right? But I know that if you treat everyone that hosts a post for you like they're your best friend, they will become your best friend. And that is something else that I think I've fallen away from, is I've gotten so used to just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, so emotionless that I need to have that voice memo to share my emotion and my excitement. Okay. So then she posted for me, and that's where I got the 160 comments from. Okay. So she's thinking about doing the business right now. And I'm not going to wait on those 160 people, but I'm definitely going to give her the opportunity, right? They get to choose. It's not my job to be like, you're crazy for not doing this. No. I'll take those 160 comments. No problem. No problem. There's no lack in my ask game. Okay. Like, I will ask, I promise. So by doing this, I'm expanding my network. They're coming to your page, but if my wall is lacking, do you think they're going to trust me too? No. Which is why I'm saying you still get to go on there. But what's cool is that I get to now make product posts on my wall, and they're getting comments. That it's been a year since that's happened. But it's because I have a new network, and none of them know about the cleanse. And so if this week you're choosing cleanse to focus on, and I would pick a product and stick with it, like, so that way you're not back and forth, like, where did this person come from? Where did this one come from? Was it hair, skin, and nails? But whatever host to post you're doing, post a sister product on your wall. So that way you can say, you already ordered the cleanse, the wraps will work great with that. You've already ordered the gummies, the coffee will be great with that. And so that's how I'm upselling. So not only am I signing up 26 customers, most of them have 2 products at least, because I'm posting that on my wall. And so one of the questions that Katrina asked is, she said, how do you get overwhelmed and not like get back to them right away, I think is what it was. And here's the thing, okay? There are 2 mindsets. There is, Pam Souter taught me this, rich girl and poor girl. Rich man, poor man, okay? When we think, if I don't respond to them right away, what am I subconsciously telling myself? I'm going to lose them. They're not going to join. That is poor. You have a lack mindset. Me, my mindset says they need to see me not responding like this, so that way they want to do the business with me. Because although working from home is cute, it's also old. And we're over being on our phones and Zooms 24/7. And so if I'm showing my market that I am on social media 24/7, it's not cute and they want no part of it. And if I tell them, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that your message sat in there for 3 hours, okay, because I'm going to check my phone morning at least, noon, more than likely, 3, 4 p.m., and then at bedtime. What if you had 4 times you checked your messages? Right now, I'm not clocked into my inbox. There are messages of people ready to order. I'm not in there. And is it fair to you for me to be in my inbox right now? No. Just like if I'm with my family, it's not fair to them. And if I'm with my husband, it's not fair to him. But that also means I get to be obedient when it is the time to be on my phone. And the discipline is what a lot of people don't have, right? Because they think, I know I have to do laundry and dishes and be with my kids, but I don't want to. So I'm going to say that I'm working because it's cute. I'm going to say that I'm working. And then I'm going to be overwhelmed at night because I actually haven't done the dishes, the laundry, or my kids' stuff, or my work stuff. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I spend so much less time on my phone and I'm producing mad results. But because when I'm in my inbox, I'm in my inbox. I can respond to these 15 messages in 4 minutes once I'm done with this call. Versus 2 minutes here. And then when I'm in my inbox, I also want to check my notifications on the last post that I made. And then I want to read the blog post that Stephanie wrote, and then Joel went live. So I'm going to go watch that too. And that's not the time for it. So have a schedule of your time, and however that's going to look for you, make it work for you. Okay. So if you're not producing the results that you want, something has to change. Okay.
Amber, if I do go live, you probably should drop whatever it is and get on and watch it. Just saying.
No, Josh will. Don't worry.
Josh will cliff note me.
He'll cliff note until the end.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Well, there was another question. What is the question for DTs? It's just a thank you. Okay. So it just simple question. Thank you so much for posting. Okay. What you just did is exactly what I do on the daily. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Have you ever thought about making money? Have you ever thought about using the time that you're on social media to make money? Like, don't overthink the question. The question is that you just asked. Okay.
I think that's it. People are like, what is it? You guys, it literally is that. Like, the worst case, they're going to be like, no, they've already got the post up for you. So awesome. Thank you. And guess what? They may go ahead and get a bunch of comments and may go, maybe I do need to do this business. If not, like Amber said, you're going to get customers from all the people that commented. So it's not a bad thing either which way. We're assuming different things. So I like that Amber's getting her mind right. She's assuming something big. She's living in abundance. Like, if I don't talk to somebody even for 2 months, I assume their life is freaking awesome. They're just super busy and having the time of their life, instead of like, oh man, what's going on? I haven't talked to them in so long. Like, I don't live in that world because my life is good. Like, I'm happy. So we know, I love that she shared this too, is we get to control our time. We get to respond when we want to respond. And when you guys figure that out and see really truly how simple this business can be for even an hour a day, 2 hours a day, what you can do with that focused time instead of getting in the scroll hole, like I like to say, like it sucks you in, you're going to be like, wow, why didn't I start this quicker? Also, when you're on there, if you feel yourself going, just check yourself. Don't beat yourself up, just get back into it. And sometimes it's great to just set your timer, just as a reminder. And I like the suggestion where Amber actually timed herself on how long did it take her to get out messages? How long does it take to respond? Just time yourself so you really can see how much time that you're spending. And then you can just tell people and ask new distributors, how much time do you have to commit to this every day or each week? That gives you a good window of when they can fit it in, where their time slots are, how you can kind of help them on answering. But copy and paste is huge, and voice message just takes a few minutes, like a few seconds really, to get that down.
And the other thing, Steph, too, I don't want to be messaging back and forth all day. Mm-hmm. And it might take me a day and a morning to finish a loyal customer order. That's mm-hmm. okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lose them, mm-hmm. right? But the thing is I do it in blocks. If I send all my 30 messages at night, then guess what message I'm going to send in the morning? The same first message. Thank you so much. Here's the post. Let's get it up. And so then I'm not going back and forth and being like, okay, I'm on script 6 for this one, but only 1 on this one. And I'm on level 4 for this one. And you don't want to do that. You want to go in waves. Mm-hmm. And so that's why in the morning I send out the message, I get the host to post up. Then guess what I do at noon? At noon, I'm checking the comments. I'm adding those people. That's the second wave. It's like chapter 2, right? Mm-hmm. And then 3-4 p.m., if I don't have enough host to post up, or I have host to post up and no comments, then I'm going to start over. Mm-hmm. I'm going to send more messages. I'm going to go back to chapter 1. I'm going to reread it, right? And then I'm going to, at night, if I have time, in between Zooms, in between gymnastics, in between whatever I'm doing, sure, I'll respond. So I'm not saying those are the only times. You guys, there's plenty of time throughout the day that I'm also inboxing, but I'm not doing it stressful. I'm doing it because I have the opportunity to, okay? So I was just at a retreat for 3 days. You bet at midnight, 12:01, I sent my last message for my 30 messages. And one thing that people asked at the retreat is they're like, it's midnight. That means it's like 3-4 o'clock Eastern time. You think I care what time it is? It's 5 o'clock somewhere at all times of the day. If you are trying to say or be like, oh my gosh, well, it's noon. So, I just don't know if I can send out a message today, right now. It's not a good time. That is such a BS excuse for not getting the work done. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or you're like, oh, people are just getting home from work, or, oh, I'm just getting home from work. Y'all, before I go into my house is the best time to work. Mm-hmm. I sit in my car and I do the dang thing. Okay. So don't look at what time it is, because ultimately I'm attracting all time zones and all countries. So in Hawaii, it's 6 o'clock here. It might be 10 p.m. there. Who cares? Don't let that be an excuse, right? The other thing that I noticed with waking up early is if I started waking up, I'm Mountain Standard Time right now in Pacific. Depending on what day of the week it is what time zone I'm in. So if I keep waking up at 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, some people I've talked to, they're like, no, I literally don't wake up till 11 a.m. I'm like, do you understand that it's nighttime on the East Coast? Mm-hmm. You're trying to start your business when people are closing theirs. And so instead, I want to be up early, even at 7:15 Mountain, it's 9:15 a.m. on the East Coast. So half the day is gone if I'm hardly getting up, getting my coffee going. And this was my schedule before, is I would wake up about 8:30, be out of bed by 9, have a cup of coffee, FaceTime my best friend, we're coffeeing together. And then I would have to convince myself that I have all these things that I need to do: grocery shopping, run errands, change the oil in the car, go get tires, run all these things. And then I would have to try to convince myself at 4 or 5 p.m. to work my business. And then I was like, I'll start again tomorrow. And then tomorrow turned into another day. And then I was exhausted and beat myself up. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 9 a.m. and I'm done for the day. This is crazy cool. This is awesome. Right? And it's not that I'm done for the day. but it's that I have been obedient with my time during the day. Therefore, then I can go to coffee with my best friend. I can get on a FaceTime with my kids. I can go to the jump house with them after lunch and not feel guilty about being there because I've done the work and I'm expecting the blessings.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be obedient with that time. And I can't do that for you. Joel and Steph can't do that for you. We will not do it for you. Right? We're not going to be your accountability partner.
Yeah, sorry. It's so good because it's like we can share it, but just hearing from different people or feeling, you know, can other people do it? Is it too late to start? It's never too late to start. Mm-hmm. Never. There's so many different people. I mean, thousands of people turn 18 every single day. Like there's just a constant, it's just different all the time. And so it's exciting. We have a huge opportunity while other people may not be working, capitalize on that because you're going to get more customers, more distributors because you're the one that's being obedient and getting the time in and getting those customers and distributors. And so you should be excited about that. Like, I'm like, okay, if nobody else wants to work, I will, because I know the opportunity that's there. There is no downtime, slow time. Okay, they may be on vacation, so maybe messaging later. Like there's just so many different ways that we can look at this, guys, but we literally, this is easier in my mind than what I used to have to do. Amber was in 9 years, 12 years ago. I would drive sometimes 5, 6, 7 hours to a wrap party.
For one person.
Maybe, yes, for maybe one person, 2 people, it didn't matter. Get a little wrap cash, come back. Just think about that. Like this time that you have, you're actually getting more time to do the things that you want. So people that are working full-time absolutely have the ability to add this to your plate. It's not like we're asking you to do 10 hours a day extra. So I think what a huge opportunity that we have our hands on. Amber, I'm excited because you were just real and raw on that. And I was like, okay, I just want people to hear that, because it's okay to be frustrated and feeling like something's got to change. That's a good feeling. Mm-hmm. That's a good place to be because you're ready. You're ready to change. You're ready to shift as long as you be consistent. Amber said 7 days, guys. That's all she's asking. I'm not asking you. Amber did the ask. So we're going to listen to Amber.
Do what Amber says.
7. Come on.
I'm going to go into my notes because I'm a paper person too, but I like the idea of just having that phone. Sometimes I don't have my big bag with me, right? So having that in my phone, having that visually in front of me to be able to see that. Nicole did like some great steps to success, like for our screensavers. Now we're going to have to do more in our notes. Like we're just going to have to make it bigger and better because 30 customers, that's just one person a day, you guys. I know that seems like Amber put a big number out there, but once you do it, that's not a big number because it's just one person a day going in the system. So I love that. I can see, give Amber some love. I saw that the people are like, this Zoom blessed us. I appreciate you because Josh was texting. Amber forgot another Zoom she was supposed to be on. So I am grateful that we got Amber's time. And
no, don't look at your phone.
Yeah, don't even. She was, see you guys, she put her phone down. She was here for us. She gave you all of her nuggets. We're going to close the month out strong. You're going to start the month out strong, and you're going to feel confident knowing that you control your day and what gets to happen with that. So I'm forever grateful for you, Amber. You know that I don't ask a whole lot. I really am always me head down doing the thing because I don't get into all the noise that's outside of it. I just know what to do. And so it was exciting that she said yes to me. So I owe you one. I owe you on that. But
I'll take it.
I know that our teams, everybody will be excited, and we'll share the recording with you guys so that you can go through and follow this super simple system. But thank you again, Amber. I love you. Tell Josh, thank you. Tell the other Zoom, sorry, not sorry. But anyway, we will have a good night, you guys, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
See you guys.